America is such a fluffy place, man. People don't know what it is to eat, to not go 24 hours without eating, man. That's why Scripture talks about fasting. We gotta fast because that's afflicting ourselves. Also, which is a good thing, you showing at the Lord that you want to become lowly. You know, afflicting your body. Well, on top of that, the Lord, well, you know, He does His chastisement. When you go through all that, and then you feel, you know, you get revived. You feel like you done grow like 10 times over in the spirit, man. You know, but if you can't afflict yourself for 24 hours on a fast, man, for the Lord's sake, so that you can humble yourself, so that the Lord can deal with you more. Then you're not ready to be about this life, man. You know, people only do fasts, you know, and I had to, you know, deal with that with myself. When you only time you do a fast on the Day of Atonement, that's off as hell, man. That's off as hell. You're supposed to be fast. Our forefathers fasted constantly, man. You read the scriptures. You had certain of our forefathers fasted 7 days on end, man. I believe you had Daniel. He was fasting and praying for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, Esdras did it. Like
Esdras did it also, man. And then you realize when you fast, guess what, man? The Lord would send you visions. He would give you spiritual boosts, man. Go ahead.
I just want to say, and there's certain demons you're not gonna get off. You have to fast to get certain demons off.
The Hawashai said that. The Hawashai even spoke about that in the scriptures. Certain demons that only can get off by fasting and praying. And you can tell, you know, if you're in the spirit, you can tell that, you know, damn, I've been dealing with this for mad long. What I gotta do? It's in the scriptures, man. Like we always talk like this. There's a scripture for everything. There's a scripture for everything, man.
Yeah, actually, matter of fact, Hawashai dealt with the spiritual demon Satan himself. Not just like little baby demons, like the spiritual demon Satan himself while he was doing what? While he was fasting. 40 days.
Hey, and that happens too. When you're fast, hey, that's how you know Hawashai was a bad man. Because he was fasting 40 days and he had to deal with the top demons on
Satan
top of
himself.
that. So his body was being afflicted, you know, he wasn't eating. You know, when you don't eat, you start being weak, you're all weak, and then on top of that, Yahweh sent Satan to come and test you. That's why when he came out, he said what? The first thing he did, man, he said what? He went, the kingdom, he got baptized, said the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That's why the Lord was so bad in the spirit, man. That's why he was able to cast down every demon, because he went through 40 days. Nobody on this earth can do 40 days. I've read some dude try to do it in Africa. He tried to do the 40-day fast. He only made it to like 28 and died, man. Why? Because you trying to what? He was trying to be like Yahweh, man. He was trying to, you're not on that level. That ain't possible. It ain't possible, man. Especially with the foods that we eat. Our bodies, these GMO foods, they don't last you. They're not gonna neutralize you. That's a word. To be able to do that. You know, back in the ancient world, we had actually real foods. You know, the water was actually real pure. So that substance and those nutrients in that food can last us and hold us over. Here it is. Now you eat. 3 hours later, you're hungry again. The shit that you eat ain't really real food.
Can I say something, bro, real quick?
Yeah.
Just say real quick, Samurai. When you fast, everything becomes more heightened now. Like when you fast for a while, a lot of people say, oh, you get weak. Yeah, you get weak. Like even when you fast for a day, right? But if you notice, like when you break your fast, like with a salad and everything, like towards the end, everything gets heightened, yo. You get more, and sometimes, I remember one time I fasted through the spirit, I started like doing pull-ups and shit, like for edification, I started feeling mad energetic. There'd be times your heightened senses go, because when you fast, it cleans out your lungs, cleans out your veins, it cleans out your colon, diseases in your body. That's why animals, when they get sick, they fast. So when you start fasting, can you imagine 40 days fasting? That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
Your body's fighting against the flesh, how powerful that is, man. You can't do that, you'll drop dead.
How spiritually he got elevated. He was to the point. That's why he was the son of God, man. Because he was to the point where everything was underneath him. The demons on the left hand side knew they couldn't fuck with him. They had Satan. If Satan couldn't do it, you know them other demons were like, yo, we ain't got nothing for you.
And on top of that,
real quick, Sog, you want to say something?
yeah, real quick. Just like the scriptures say, it's not what is it? Man shall not live on bread alone, but it's the spirit that quickeneth, basically. So it's like when you're fasting, you put away the fact that you're a fleshly being and you go strictly off the spirit. That's why it's important to stay in the spirit, pray constantly while you're fasting, and you start doing spiritual things like almsgiving, and it puts Tobit 12 and 8 all together: fasting, prayer, and almsgiving. That'll actually boost you as a spiritual being, like 100%, really.
Yo, them monks do that. They actually have they call themselves the disciples, and they call their master, they call their teacher master. And you know what's the biggest thing that they do? They fast, and they fast all together, and they pray, and they really fight against the flesh. I mean, they take it to another level, but they don't deal with no woman at all. And you see how they be doing all that crazy shit, smashing bricks on their head. The motherfuckers throw like needles in the middle of a glass wall. break the whole fucking glass wall. Them niggas do some crazy. They take a pierce. They took a dude with a firewood and it smashed it with a bat too. Smashed the motherfucker in the back. Boom.
Bro.
And so-called science, the white man's science couldn't explain it. How the hell can their body actually take that type of fucking pain? The scientist was like, yo, we don't know how it's possible. They had the motherfucking Muay Thai dude, they'll kick the fucking bat with their leg. Yo, crazy shit, bro. Like, there's things that your body, a lot of things people don't know that. That's why devil spray chemtrails. They put chemicals in the food. They put all this wickedness to put you in a wicked, low, amplified in your electricity and lower your electricity. They trying to keep, and then they dumbify you with the school system. They dumbify you with these philosophies, all these religion, and have you in a low. But when you come back to the force, which is Yahweh Shai, you become enlightened. And you actually see like a light in brothers' faces. You see, I can see the light in your eyes. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shai. And that's why people look at you, they stare at you. Everywhere you go, people looking at you and staring at you because they see this Yahweh Shai in you. They see that energy. And it's going to manifest. We said Moses, his light was shining. When he saw the Most High, his light was shining. That's going to come a time, man. You see the halo. Dragon Ball Z even saw that with the halo. There's going to come a time. It's going to manifest. There's going to be actual, our faces going to shine. People are going to be like, oh, shit. There's going to be a halo around the spiritual powers. And people are going to be like, oh, fuck. They're going to know the power is real. They're going to be like Bruce Leroy. Remember Bruce Leroy started going like that? They said, that's real, but that's going to happen. Show enough. But Samurai, you got it.
You want to say something quick? That's the ultimate fast, but you can also fast in the sense of taking away your pleasures. Like for me, I love sports, so sometimes I have to take myself away from that. That's me fasting from that also. So you could do little things like that too.
Yeah, you can do that. You can fast from video games. You can fast from anything, man. You know, but you know, there's different levels. Even if you see yourself indulging in something too much in the world, you can fast from that, man, because that becomes like an idol on the lower level. Or you know, like, oh man, I can't wait to go home and play video games. I gotta play video games. You see you doing that so much that you're not, reading or you're not doing videos. You gotta take a break from that, man, because that's the demon. You know, you might not look at it as, but that's the demon, man. You know, you want to even drinking. You know, you can't wait to go get a drink. That's you idol worship. That's why the scriptures talk about everything in moderation. But he said, yeah, the priest said you get that.
It's Tobit chapter 12, verse 8. Prayer is good with fasting and alms and righteousness. A little with righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness. It is better to give alms than to lay up gold.
That's right. So it says prayer is good with fasting, man, and also alms too. You know, all that. You know, that's what we used to do in the ancient world. You know, now niggas want to be selfish. They want to be penny pinchers, but that's Esau, man. That's not us. You know, we were giving people. You know, even in school when I was in these colleges, bullshit colleges. Esau, sociology class, Esau said that so-called Negroes and Latinos are more community-based. We more look out after us, after the whole community. That's why, you know, we have that conversation that our people take more jobs that are more towards helping out the society, helping out the community. Whereas as Esau wants to be those individualistic type of jobs. You know, because they're not arms people. They're not somebody that wants to help out everybody. He wants to destroy everybody. That's why he's called it the destroyer of the capitalism.
That's why it's called capitalism. Where us, we're in more, like he said, it's more nurturing, more let's help people out type of situation.
That's why you see a lot of those not nurses, because you know a lot of those nurses aides, people like working in old folks homes, RNs. They're what? They're Jakes. They're either so-called Negroes or Latinos, because that's what they're more natural inclined to do, you know. But give me that in yeah.
This is Acts chapter 1, verse 13.
Because this is an account of what happens when you fast and pray, like even together, you know. Even like you're not growing up in churches, they would do that, but it was, some BS. But they would have the whole church would do a fast, you know. They call it a consecration fast, whatever. But this is something that we actually really did. Like when us being a church, we could fast together, you know, and be in prayer together. And this is what the apostles would do, right?
And when they were come in, they went up into an upper room where both Peter and James and John and Andrew, Philip and Thomas, Bartholomew and Matthew, James the son of Alphaeus, and Simon Zelotes, if I'm saying that correctly. Zelots. And Judas, the brother of James.
So those are all the apostles. Those all together. Go ahead. They went to an upper room. Go ahead.
These all continued with one accord in prayer and supplication.
That's why it says they all continue on one accord in prayer and supplication. That's why your whole camp, like how the brother said, we gotta be tight knit. We gotta be on one accord, man. We gotta be on one mind. You can't have somebody thinking one way that's not how everybody else is not thinking. That person is what? He's deviant, basically. He's not on the same accord, so he'll fuck up the whole link. He'll fuck up everything. Because if you missing one link in the whole chain, the chain don't work. It's gonna break. Go ahead.
And Mary, the mother of Yahushua, or Jesus as they call him, and with his brethren.
Yeah, you have righteous women that was over there too, man. That's how you know you got righteous women that was in the scriptures, but here now it's few and far between. So go ahead.
Jump to chapter 2.
No, read 14. Oh yeah, kind of. Jump up. So this is what they was doing. This is the time of the Pentecost, and this is how when they was all together fasting, supplications, and on one accord. This is what happened. Go ahead.
This is First Acts chapter 2. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all in one accord in one place. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting.
So it says they was all in accord in one place, and then suddenly there came a rushing wind. That was what? The Spirit. Because they was all in that one accord, fasting and praying. They was all in the same spirit, and then that spiritual power of tongues came upon them. And that's when in that time that we're coming in now again. That's why we gotta continue. We gotta fast and pray more, praying and fasting, because that's how we're gonna be able to urge the spirit of those spiritual gifts, man. We're not gonna be sitting on your ass and just waiting, thinking that you're gonna get a spiritual power, man. You gotta put forth the effort. You gotta put forth the energy, and also in order for that energy to come down upon you. That's why you gotta stay in the spirit, like how the brother said. You gotta stay active in the spirit, trying to grow in the spirit. Go ahead.
And there appeared unto the cloven tongues like as a fire, and it sat upon each of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost, and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance.
There you go. So when they was fasting and praying, that's when they started to, they got that spiritual power of being able to speak in different tongues. So that's an example of what fasting and praying can do for you. You know, and you get, like I said, when you fast and pray, you also get visions. You know, you might see a vision of somebody waking up, or a multitude coming in. You see a vision of this place getting destroyed. See a vision of something that's going to happen. The Lord can show you something that's going to happen. You know, a couple days, terrorist attack, some false flag attack. You know, the Lord talk to our people in visions. The scriptures tells you that, and I believe in Job that He gives you visions in the night, man. And those visions, hey, those were the prophets got. Everything that the prophets saw, the destruction of this place, that was through a vision, and that was through them fasting and praying. When you read the book of Daniel, even in the book of Revelations, man, that was a vision. Don't you think John was out there fasting during that time, praying, and when he got caught up in the spirit and seeing the destruction of this place?